Good morning, and welcome to Drivetime AZ right here in downtown Prescott.
What are you doing here, Tom?
I came up from the ranch for the weekend.
Oh,
it's a hologram.
yeah.
AI.
I haven't seen Tom. Oh my God! Oh, it's been a while, Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, we got. Cows
Sorry for
down
interrupting
there.
you, Tom. But
we got cows down there. We also have a few of these guys. Oh, it's not working.
Oh, how about sheep?
Go.
Tom.
A few Mark Krolls down there.
You have sheep too, I heard.
Tom.
They don't talk about that too much.
No, the sheep are secret. Anyhow, folks, welcome to the show.
On their hips.
I want to introduce you to our crew today. By the way, Des is out sick, so any of you want to throw up some prayers for Des?
Yep.
I know he'd appreciate it. He was
sick
going to
very
be here.
often.
We're going to have the full bumper-to-bumper crew here today, covering transmissions, tires, engines, diesels, everything.
Wheels, ex-wives.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know about that one. I'm lucky. I've only been married once.
All right.
So we have John Lonis from Auto Works, where you won't find jerks at Auto Works.
Especially on Saturdays.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Definitely.
Because they're not open, folks,
Right.
on Saturdays.
We're not either.
And we have Louis De Palma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, SA?
Yeah. Louis Gomez from Prescott Tire Pros over there where Waters Garden Center wanted to be right next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Who was first there, Louis?
Before it used to be, what was that called? It was just a mining area. So it was called Guido's Pit or something like that.
Oh.
It was just a big, nasty pit.
So who was first there, though? Waters
he
or
was
you?
there first. Oh,
He
Waters is there.
Waters was there
Yeah,
first.
which I'm glad because I can say I'm next to Waters, and everybody knows where Waters is at, so now we know where we're at.
Yeah, well,
And
I
Ken
wonder
loves
how many guys are buried in Guido's pit.
Yeah, probably quite a bit. Probably quite a bit.
And Desmond's chair is empty. And Desmond
He's
is
here in
the
spirit.
owner and the executive producer of the show and the owner of Prescott Valley Transmissions.
Yep.
Over there, pretty close to John's shop.
Yeah, we used to be a lot closer, but, his stuff was stinky and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
you got to move.
Yeah,
That was a bad
so I had to move
neighborhood.
down, yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
Speaking of stinky, we usually think of diesels, right?
And then we have Mark Kroll.
We have Mark Kroll
Over on
from
the
Southwest
side.
Southwest Truck and RV, our diesel specialist that actually has gas whisperers working there too.
We do.
Yeah.
So, Mark, welcome.
Thank you.
What's your slogan, Mark?
Wait a minute. You get the right job done right at the right price, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. And
Guaranteed.
Louis, what's your motto?
We're awesome.
Slogan.
We're awesome.
Love to ride, right?
Yeah.
Awesome and humble.
Love the drive.
Love to drive. Love to-
Everything rotates around you is our favorite. So we went back to
Oh.
everything rotates around you.
I
Perfect
like
Love the
for a
drive, but
tire
everything
store.
rotates around you. That's always been it, and we changed it to love the drive.
I
Everything
love that.
rotates-
I love that new family commercial you got out
You like
with your
that?
son and Angel, and you are on there.
We
and
had a lot of fun doing
what
that.
were you doing there when you had to close the door?
That's what everybody keeps calling and asking, so I know they've heard the commercial. Hey, what are you doing to close it? I'm not telling you. Yep.
And John, we know your slogan.
You won't find jerks at Auto Works.
And Desmond's is
hassle-free.
the hassle-free zone for car repairs,
Yes.
transmission repairs.
What's your motto, Tom?
We've got
No, we can't repeat that. I'm sorry. It's a family
No.
show.
it'd be a long bleep.
It is. So, folks, if you want to be a part of the show, this is a show about anything automotive, and I mean anything as long as it relates somehow to cars.
Yeah.
We'll take your calls, and you can be a part of the show at 928-541-1016, 928-541-1016. Oh, by the way, I'm Thom Tschetter. I'm
Hi,
hosting today. And we'll look forward to your calls. But in the meantime, we have some topical things that came up on the internet this week. Before we even get started, I have a couple of interesting things about on this day in history for automotive.
Oh.
On this day in 1900, the first production
You were
pattern.
the only one born, Tom.
Right.
He wrote the article.
He probably did, yeah.
The first production Packard, a Model B it was called, was shipped to a company official. So he kind of had an inside track.
Yeah.
But ironically, in 1958, the final vehicle bearing the Packard name was produced.
Wow.
Isn't that
Really?
funny? The first one was shipped on this day, and the final one was produced
Wow.
on this day. So anyhow, there's just a little trivia for you for next time you're
who
out
bought
at the
first
bar.
one, Tom?
Who bought the first
Yeah.
one? It was a company official.
His son, Tom's son.
Yeah.
My son.
Tom's grandson bought it.
Yeah.
Right. Tom still has that car.
Anyhow, Mark, I'm going to call on you for this because I thought it was kind of interesting. I had no idea that automatics in these big rigs was such a prolific thing going on. I thought those guys were up there shifting 14 times plus with splitters plus and all that stuff.
It used to be the case.
A lot of those drivers can't read English, so
Right, that's
Oh,
a fact.
boy.
put it in D and
I
drive.
heard about that. Yeah.
I think there's been 141. I read this morning 141 in Arizona alone released. They couldn't read, didn't speak English, and they couldn't read the traffic signs.
So they took their licenses
Yeah.
away from them?
Well, if any of you drive up and down I-40, seriously I-40, because I get lost a lot. My GPS does not work. The last 2 times I got lost in Vegas, but on the way up there, Border Patrol on I-40. We're a long way from the border guys,
A
but
lot of them.
they're looking for people with certain things wrapped around their heads,
I see.
and they're pulling them over. Yeah.
Because they've gotten illegal licenses.
Well, because what's happening is they can't read the signs, so there are people doing illegal U-turns and different things are happening, and people are getting killed. So anybody should, if you're here, you're okay, but you should be able to read the signs and be able to read all that stuff.
Sure, but we're talking these big rig
Big
trucks,
semis,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, okay.
And I
Mark-
had no idea they were all automatic either.
Yeah.
Yeah, 95% of the new Class 8 semis come with what's called an automated manual transmission. Now, that's kind of like jumbo shrimp, right? Automated manual.
Yeah.
It used to be they'd have splitters. They'd have 2 transmissions, 2 sticks, and
Oh, really? So there was actually 2 transmissions?
exactly. They
didn't
had
know
a
that.
transmission and an auxiliary transmission, and
So they could kind of get in between ranges.
right.
I
And
gotcha.
now that they're automated, you push a button and the computer figures everything out. And like everything, there's with advances in technology, there's a downside, and the downside is you'd have to be really paying attention and know what you're doing if you were driving a semi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot less so now, and what they found out in the short time is it leads to a lot more distracted drivers of semis.
Okay.
A lot of accidents occur with distracted drivers for vehicles, but imagine if you're driving something with
80,000 pounds
80,000 pounds behind you, and you get distracted, it's no bueno.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from the article, and you're certainly welcome to read the whole article, how automatic transmissions have changed everything about trucking. And one thing we've noticed at my shop, when the semis come in, not everybody can get in there and move them, particularly if it's the older one.
Yeah.
Most of our, just about everybody, including me, can move just about everything we got
Yeah.
until it gets to a semi. And if you bring a semi in and they say, hey, Mark, we're all busy, let's go out and move the semi, I'm saying, well, we're going to be a little busier for a little longer because it ain't me.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Well, I think one of the interesting things I saw in the article was the competence question, and I can relate that even to us growing up. Well, not you, Louie, you're a youngster, but growing up, stick shifts were still popular when I first started driving, and then they became less and less popular. Back then, if you wanted an automatic, you had to order it.
Yeah.
Now, if you want a stick, you have to order it.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And but what I noticed, and this kind of points it out, is that when we drove stick shifts, we knew more about the cars too.
Oh, you could feel the
You had
feel.
a better feel for the car. We had a better understanding of what's going on.
Yep.
You get in an automatic, you can kind of become complacent and stop thinking. And they're saying that's an issue for
Exactly.
these truck drivers is they're not having to think so much anymore. They're not as in tune with what's going on in the truck. What do you
Right.
think about that, guys?
Oh, that makes sense. 100%.
And that's why they're going with the automated trucks now too that don't need a driver.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, because that what do you call it, a robot or a GoBot?
Automated. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they were doing
they're on
testing
duty.
from somewhere in Phoenix up to Flagstaff, and they were doing them at night and having no problems at all. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, and my cameras don't do that good a job at night on my truck.
Right? Mine don't either. Now, pretty soon, we're going to be all automated, guys. AI.
Yeah.
Tom's AI now. He's not even here.
Yeah, true.
Well, they can't do AI for the automotive repair, so we're lucky that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there are some things I think they're talking about
But
that we can do.
You guys can look up the articles.
Over
It was
the,
about 2 years ago. Discount Tire did one store in the Paradise Valley area. So when you'd pull in automated, they'd lift it up, machines would take the tires off, dismount them, put new tires on, put them back on the car, and the person pay, and they would leave. It just kind of like a drive-through quick thing. It only lasted a few months. The company who designed that, Discount, invested in that. It was out of business in about 6 months. I'm not sure for why, but
Probably too expensive.
look at Automatic, pretty crazy stuff, the stuff that comes out. So some stuff is not going to work. You know what I mean? Which is
Okay.
good.
Not advanced enough yet.
And one of the positive sides about the automated manual transmission is you get better fuel economy, you get better wearability on the transmission because there's fewer mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're in the right range at the right time
Yes.
for the best economy. So, guys, we have a caller, Scott. Scott, we're not going to take your call at the moment because I've got the take a break sign. We'll take about a 90-second break. We'll be right back to you, Scott. Please hold on. Welcome back to Drive Time here in Prescott, reaching out to the galaxy. And anyhow, Scott, thank you for waiting. You say you want to talk cars? Let's do that, Scott. How are you today?
Good, thank you. I'm the kind of guy that keeps pouring money into an old car and keeps it going and going and going.
Good for you.
And,
Sounds
I'm
like
just
me.
wondering, when is it time to let go?
What kind of car are you driving?
Dodge Caravan.
They're awesome.
230,000 miles.
What year is it?
2000.
Have you had transmission problems with it?
No transmission problems. I've gone through. I put all the brakes on, and then all the
regular maintenance, alternators.
yeah
and
regular
starters and-
maintenance, and then I've gone through and water pump and
Yeah, timing belts.
Maintenance stuff. So,
Yeah.
so you must be an excellent driver, Scott.
Yeah, and what's nice about the Caravan you have, because a lot of Caravans, the big problems they had was transmissions.
Right.
Were huge. And I had one as a shop vehicle. I went through 3 transmissions in like 6 years. You're not having that issue. So you have one that was made on a Monday through Wednesday. And you know what, though? If it's taking care of you and it's not nickel and diming you, that's just doing the normal stuff, I just keep it, buddy.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
that's the normal maintenance, even if you buy something new.
Yeah, no matter
Right.
what
Still
you
gonna be
have.
that way.
And that's the biggest problem that I see, because we have lots of customers that come in. And when it starts getting, okay, they went through a transmission now they're going through some major, very expensive things, it's kind of time to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Not where it just happened once, but when you're having it 2 and 3 of those times. But, man, if you're taking care of this thing and it's treating you that well, that's awesome.
Scott, there's one good reason to get another one. Get another vehicle.
Because you have a new
What's
vehicle.
that?
Because you just want a new one.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah,
different one.
Along those lines, that's similar to the reason you want to keep it. It's a math problem, Scott. How much money you're going to put in a vehicle compared to what it's worth. But one of the things that doesn't factor into the math problem is emotion or sentiment. If you love it, it's great. And especially, as Louis said, if you're getting good service out of it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep, and if you could,
Well,
look at the price
well,
of new cars.
I
It's
paid
insane.
initially $2,000 for the van, and it's been the best car I've ever had.
Wow.
Yep.
That doesn't owe you a penny, does it?
No, and just think about the registration fee. That's what, $29 a year.
Yeah.
You go buy a
Yeah.
new one, it's way up there. So
yeah,
that-
The
that's-
payments, the
People-
insurance, it's
People
crazy.
seem to ignore you too. It's kind of
Yep. That's why I still drive my 02 Buick LeSabre. I love that thing. I've got 150,000 miles on it now, and I've got no issues. I mean, the typical oil leaks and little maintenance repairs and stuff, but no, I love that $29 a year registration, and I think it's maybe $180 a year for full coverage insurance on it.
Yep.
It's
So when
so
you
much
say
cheaper.
people ignore you, Scott, what do you mean by that?
it's just like you're not there. They just
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't want to park next to you either. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
well, I drive like an old fart anyway. So
Yeah, I got my old 3 Tahoe that I cruise around and all that, let the employees use, and that thing is it's an iron horse. They're
So,
just
Scott,
great.
did you make this call today because you're thinking you'd like to get another car, or is your wife twisting your arm saying, let's get another car? What's going on?
well, the head gasket went out on it, and then got that fixed, and then I start thinking, maybe get a new car, but
Right.
Don't
after I
trade
got
it
the
in.
head gasket fixed,
Yeah,
what's
don't.
the odds that's going to go out again? So
Yeah,
maybe
I'll
just
give you
keep it till-
$1,500 for it,
we'll pull out.
sight unseen.
Yeah, and if you do, if you're jumping on a trip and you're taking off to, like me, I have a GPS that's always breaking. I always end up in Vegas, and so as long as your vehicles, you can jump in and you feel good where you're going to go on a trip, then you're in good shape. But that Caravan you have, don't ever get rid of it. If you do buy a new one, keep it. Don't trade it in, but have that one for around town.
Yeah.
There,
for
there
your
you go.
spare.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Any
Hey,
other
appreciate the
questions,
call.
Scott?
And
No.
Are you a regular listener?
Yes.
Well, thank you for that.
Thanks, buddy.
Tell your friends about the show. We appreciate getting more and more listeners. That way we
Alrighty.
get more calls.
there you go. And I got news for you, Louis. Your GPS isn't breaking. Caesars is jamming it.
It's all that NASCAR stuff. It's always making that left-hand turn.
Yeah.
That's what it's
left,
left.
left.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I used-
always
I
a
used to
left-hand
enjoy
turn.
Car Talk.
What's
You know,
that?
I used to enjoy Car Talk on NPR.
Oh,
yeah.
frickin' frack.
So
Click and clack.
Click and
that was
clack.
good. You guys are just good.
Right on. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We have a lot of fun doing it.
And thanks for
take-
calling in,
take
Scott.
care.
Call anytime, okay?
Thank you.
I love that. That's a good excuse, though. Why in Vegas? GPS broke.
So, Louis,
Yes.
about a month ago, you blessed me with a new set of Falcon tires on my Toyota Tacoma.
Yes.
And we were talking about, before I did it, I said, I really don't like these tires. And you looked at me and you said, well, these are the original tires that came on it. They're off-road or all-terrain tires
Right.
by Goodyear.
Mm-hmm.
You did swap me out. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'll just say I'm really happy with them.
Yeah.
But let's talk about those all-terrain tires. There was an article came out on the internet this week that said, what are the downsides of all-terrain tires for highway driving?
Right. So it depends on who you're. Now, just for you, for instance, on your truck, Tom, that certain Goodyear is very aggressive. It's an aggressive all-terrain. It's got open shoulder, which is so it's noisy. It vibrates, and that's what you're noticing coming all the way from the ranch.
Yep.
Because you're coming from along, just outside of Tucson, basically.
Yep.
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 So you notice on the highway, and you're mainly a highway use. You're not living up here anymore. So that's why I went with the small, just a great all-season tire because you're mainly on the highway. You're not dealing with the snow. You're not dealing with ice and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But a lot
And
of
it's
all terrains out
quieter
there,
and smoother.
quieter,
And
smooth,
it
and
tracks better, too.
it tracks better and you get better gas mileage. So you
Oh,
probably
that
gain
too.
2 miles a gallon. I would say
No
easily.
kidding. Wow.
2 to 3 miles a gallon you saved on that. But it depends on what you're doing, where you're driving, and where you're living at. You know what I mean? Because there's all-season tires that handle the snow and do all that really good. Up here, my favorite tire, hands down, in the Tri-State area, is a Continental makes a tire called the DWS06. Stands for dry, wet, and snow.
Wow.
Most of your all-season tires, when it gets cold outside and drops below 30 degrees, they turn hard as a rock. Those Continentals don't turn hard as a rock until 20 degrees. And they do great in the snow. So it throws the snow, it handles the traction, and that's just a great tire for a car. You know what I mean?
I
Up
think
here,
that's what
Rick,
you put on my
that's what I put on
Mercedes
your
when I had it.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
And they're just phenomenal. You know, and up here, just a good all-terrain. I recommend most trucks up here because of the snow and the ice we do get. When you're in ice, you're kind of screwed, you know?
So what is the downside to all-terrain tires to be used on the highway, or vice versa? What the tires I have if I want to go off-road?
Yeah, if you're going to go off-road, yeah, I mean, you can do dirt roads and stuff like that, but you're not going to get through the mud. They're going to pack up with dirt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there's your difference. And if you have an all-terrain, most likely they're self-cleaning. They're going to throw the mud.
So if
and throw
out
the
at the
rocks.
ranch, if I have to go rescue a calf out of the pasture, I don't want to take this
No,
truck.
It's all paved down there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
and it's all dirt roads are fine. You know, dirt roads is great. Gravel roads are fine. But when you're getting that mud and that junky stuff that we usually deal with up here, then you want an all-terrain.
And some of these aggressive all-terrain tires too. I mean, it's a softer compound too, so
Yes.
they don't last as long as on the
Right.
highway. You're going to get maybe 30,000 out of those instead of, you get a highway rib type tire, truck tire, and you're going to get 50 or 60,000 out of them. So
If not more.
yeah, so the big lugs, they're nice for slinging mud and off-road and stuff, but they are noisy and less.
Yeah, the big
Longevity.
mud, the big mud trains you see on the Jeeps that come factory on the Jeep, that big aggressive mud train, those tires are gone in 30,000 miles, 20,000 miles. And again, you got to rotate those every 2,500 to 3,000 miles. If you don't, they're going to start cupping and making all kinds of noise.
Even though the grooves were bigger on the original tires that came on it,
Yep.
it didn't do as well when we had heavy rain as these new tires.
The new one, they're siped very well. They're designed all season for the rain. You can go right through it without hydroplaning.
Well, the tires you took off too were down to like what, maybe 430 seconds instead of the brand new 1130.
Except for that one that was totally bald.
What's a 30-second?
The tread dumper. Yeah,
Actually,
exactly. Yeah.
Tom's tires were pretty deep. He probably had about 930 seconds when we took them off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they were pretty deep. They were just old and hard as a rock.
They were definitely hard.
And that certain Goodyear was an OE original equipment tire, and that wasn't designed for the truck. It was cheap.
And the other thing that was nice too is putting that nitrogen in there.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, I'm
So your
sure it
light's
does.
not going off and on all the time.
That's
And they're
right.
lined up at the shop. The
And
other
going
day.
up and down from the ranch up to here and back, I'd probably have to always be getting air.
Yep.
So anyhow, it's time for a break. So folks, hang with us. This is Drivetime AZ on KYCA Radio, and we'll be back in about 90 seconds. Welcome back to Drivetime AZ here on KYCA Radio. I'm Thom Tschetter, your host, joined by John Lonis of AutoWorks, Louis Gomez from Prescott Tire Pros, and Mark Kroll from Southwest Truck and RV. And our thoughts go out to Desmond from Prescott Valley Transmissions, who's out ill today. We had a call come in, Louis. I think it was sparked by our conversation about the all-terrain tires. Larry just called in actually, and left a message. Do you have any thoughts on the Cooper all-terrain tires?
I love that tire, hands down. So the Cooper all-terrain are just one of the best all-terrain tires in the world, period. Made in USA. They are owned by Goodyear now, but they got their own plant. Now, I'll give you for instance. So fan contracting, I've had that contract for 27 years. And for many, many years, we always ran BFGs, Michelins on their complete fleets for many, many years, until they switched over and bought the Dodge trucks. They bought the new Dodge trucks, were at a high torque, and those things came original with the Firestone all-terrain tire on them. Their brand new trucks were being eaten tires in 10, 12, 13,000 minutes, they're gone. So, they got a hold of me and said, Louis, we got to do something about this. We're eating tires left and right. So let's go to the BFG. We've been running BFGs on these forever, and these are the new Dodge high torque vehicles. We were putting the BFG all-terrains on there. They're only getting about 17,000 miles. So I got together with a bunch of manufacturers, and we put Hercules. Our Hercules brand tire is made by Cooper for us, the Hercules all-terrain. We put Cooper on there, put Toyo, Michelin, BF Goodrich. We went across the whole wide range at 30
that
trucks.
Truck must have wandered weird with 40.
There you go.
So we were running tests on these things, and they were just going to town. So as we were doing it, when it came down to the bottom line, we ended up going with Coopers with their whole fleet. They still do go with Coopers the last 6 years. They're getting 30% longer tread life and 30% cheaper. That tire holds up. It's great for our area, especially the snow, the mud, the rain. Running on the highway, they're quiet. I can't say enough about them. I do run BFGs on my Jeep because I can air that tire down. I can't do it with any other tire. But I recommend Cooper, honestly, over any tire that's out there.
And Cooper's not premium priced either, is it?
It's a
Sort of
premium
middle of the
tire, but
road?
it's not. It's really a middle-of-the-road tire.
Yeah.
You know, bang for your buck.
Premium
and
tire
mileage.
for
They're awesome. They are
middle-of-the-road
really
price.
awesome.
But
So
you didn't
Larry-
put those on Tom's truck, Yeah, because he's got deeper pockets. So
He
yeah,
wants
stepped
something
him up.
quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a glass.
Just
So
ass,
Larry,
as they call it.
Larry,
Glass
thanks
ass
for your
Tom.
call. I hope we helped you out. At least it should make you feel good if you just bought some.
Yeah, and if you haven't, come see us.
Yeah. So throughout the week I get a number of calls from people.
Oh, real quick on tires. I want to say something real quick because we're on tires. So Consumer Reports every year comes out with, the best tires you should run on your car. This happens all the time. And as soon as that comes out, we have an influx. I kid you not, 200-300 people say, I need to put this tire on my car because Consumer Reports don't do it. They say they're not paid for it. They are paid to do it. If
Really?
you look over the last few years, there's a reason manufacturers switch. I guarantee you they're full of
Consumer Reports gets paid off to give a good report.
They are getting paid off. There's no don't go by Consumer Reports. Go by go talk to like me or our shop. And there's other ones. There's other independents. Sergio's out in Chino, Alvarez Tire out in Prescott Valley. We're all locals. But guys, we actually test the tires. We know our customers. We take care of them. Corporate store is going to sell you what they have to sell you. You know what I mean? And don't go off Consumer Reports, but ask the pros. So independent tires, even Dunn Tire right here, right down the street. Us independent stores, independent shops are the best way to go. Stay away from corporate. There's a big store there's a D in the middle of it. But anyway, they have to push certain tires every day. You're pushing this brand today, you're selling them. You're pushing this brand for the other one that has O in it. We don't do that. We sell you what's best for your vehicle. So stay away from Consumer Reports and talk to the people that know.
And buy local.
Yeah, buy local.
That's the big thing. That's
All of us.
this station has been talking a lot about buying local.
Yeah, shop local.
Yep. So, anyhow, what I was starting to say is I get contacted throughout the week. By the way, I'll give out my cell phone. You're free to call me throughout the week.
Call them at night.
At
3 o'clock in the morning.
480-773-3131. That's 480-773-3131. You can also text me on that.
And
Or you
just-
can reach out through our website, drivetimeaz.com. We have a form on there you can fill out.
Yeah, and just give him a
If
call
you're
because
shy.
he's down at the ranch, and
Yes.
I don't think he's met many friends. That's why he still has to come up here once a month.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, do you still have the
to see
OnlyFans page?
This is my best friend.
Well, at least it wasn't the sheep's house. So.
That was good.
So, but one of the questions that I get asked a lot has to do with gasoline additives, and usually it's stuff like Techron that keeps your injectors clean and things that keep your clean your carbon on your valves and stuff like that. Very seldom does anyone actually talk about octane boost because I think we have options right on the tank for what octane we want.
Yep.
But this article came out, John, this week. It's pros and cons of octane boosters. Talk about what an octane booster is, what it does, and why we would consider even using one.
So octane booster raises the detonation of and cylinder temperature of your piston area in your engine. So on some of the older vehicles, I've got a 71 Chevy for once, the high compression engine at the old 10.5 to 1 compression, it needs high octane fuel to keep from detonating. Otherwise, what we have to do is we detune the vehicle to run on today's lower octane fuel. So out on the market, there are things called like 104 Boost and other octane boosters that help raise the octane. But some people think, this gives you all the power. It gives you more racing fuel and, your car's going to go faster and better fuel mileage. Well, no, number one, you're not going to get better fuel mileage because you're going to think you have power, so you're going to have your foot into it a lot more. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of on the con side of the octane boosters. And on today's cars, they're so computer controlled, you can almost run on water, and that computer is going to detune, adjust the timing, do all kinds of things in order to make it run on that lower valued fuel.
Unless you have a European vehicle where it says you got to have that high, run the high.
Right.
That's
But
it.
even what they call high octane is only 91.
But it's still it's got to run on that. And like you're saying, that's 100% true. What we recommend at our shop, just like you probably do yours, make sure you do fuel injection services, real ones, every 30,000 miles. And because the gas that's out there now is cheap, there's so much additives in our fuel that we didn't have before, your system's going to get dirty. And if you were to sit there and watch us do an injection service like yourselves, you see that crap blowing out that car at 30,000 miles. It's mind-boggling.
Oh, man.
It's really
Just a bunch of
mind-boggling. So,
carbon.
all the carbon that builds up in there through the intake. And when you do it, you notice that's when you're going to notice power difference, how it's going to run better, it's going to idle better. So run the gas as you do, but I wouldn't put octane booster in anything unless you have an old car like our old hot rods. Then we have to.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
We
I
have
was
to,
going
'cause
to
we used to
say
run on
that.
Others don't.
I think this is more targeted for the older cars, right?
Yeah,
I would think so.
That's where it would be used the
Maybe even
most.
before they were unleaded.
What if you take it, because some of the older generation, kind of like you, Tom, you had all these hot rods where you put an octane booster in there all the time, and now they're a little bit older. Okay, do I need to continue putting an octane booster in my newer car because they did it back then? Well, now it makes no sense, but your older cars, yes.
So would if I put octane booster in my car, which runs on regular, my Toyota Tacoma, would I notice any difference?
No.
I would not think so in today's cars. Because they are so engineered and programmed to make all the adjustments on the fly and with different altitudes. If it was an old carbureted vehicle, yes, there could be felt a difference. But today's cars are so AI, and they learn your driving and the type of fuel that you're doing and stuff like that, that it compensates and can do so much to where, yes, your European should be on that 91, 92 octane because it's designed that way. So maybe you might keep a bottle of octane booster in the trunk in case you're crossing state lines and stuff. There are a couple of states that you can't find 91.
No.
But then I also find along the 40, I can find 93. It's like, ooh,
There
okay,
you
I'll run 93 just for poops and giggles, but I don't feel any difference, and I don't get any more power in my truck driving.
Yes.
So
Like back
and along the lines of this discussion, if your vehicle calls for high octane fuel or whatever fluids, go OEM.
Always.
Yeah.
All
Always
right.
original women.
So I just got the brake sign waved again, folks. We're
The
going to take
heck?
another break. Our breaks are about 90 seconds, right?
Last one was
Give or take.
87.3.
80. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break. And folks, I just want to put a plug in. I don't know who's going to be sponsoring this break, but you know what? I want to encourage you to do business with our sponsors. They help keep radio free. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So deal with our local sponsors, and let's take a break, and we'll be right back. This is Drivetime AZ on KYCA. Welcome back to Drive Time, folks. We're here in downtown Prescott on KYCA. I'm Thom Tschetter, your host today, and John Lonis, Louis Gomez, and Mark Kroll are here to help answer all the questions you have. It's kind of bumper-to-bumper coverage today, so this is a good time to call in with just about anything automotive. That phone number to call in is 928-541-1016, 928-541-1016. And, John, I didn't prepare you for this, but I saw you reading this article before the show about the certified pre-owned warranties. And I've been a real proponent of those. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we talk about these aftermarket warranties, I've always said if you can get a CPO or certified pre-owned, you're probably not going to get hassled as much because the manufacturer is behind it, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You get it from a reputable dealership, they're going to stand behind, and they actually do a good certified pre-owned inspection and repairs before they turn that vehicle out.
Right.
Now
But
some of the
this
buy here,
article
pay
says
heres,
otherwise.
Yeah, some of these buy here, pay heres, or not such reputable dealerships, because one of these was a dealership that didn't have such a great customer index recording. Sometimes they get a little shady and they don't follow through. They want to promise things, or they just give the technician an hour to take a look at it, basically do an oil change and a safety inspection and call it good, and they'll put a certified pre-owned vehicle sticker on it so that they can sell it and possibly get a few more dollars because it's been certified. Yeah. But you really want to see what kind of certification process that they actually do on the vehicle as to how in-depth of the inspections and repairs that they do for that vehicle. Because you can put a label of certified on anything. I mean, until
you would think the technician has to turn that into somebody, right, John? So they could see, what was checked on there, what was repaired, what was replaced.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the reputable dealers will give you a copy of everything they checked out on the certification, just like our shops.
Sure.
If we do an inspection, a complete inspection, we'll give you the results, including pictures or whatever, depending on what we find.
Yeah, and I liked it in this article. This guy had bought a vehicle at one dealership, had to drive across the state, and it broke down on the way to wherever he was going. So he stopped in at another dealership, and they told him, it needed a couple of batteries, it needed this and that. He had just purchased it from this other dealership that said it was a certified pre-owned thing. Was something that he had done a TikTok thing, and people were telling him, ask for your old parts back. Make sure you get those old batteries back. Yeah. You get the old parts that they supposedly say is bad that supposedly passed a certified pre-owned inspection from the prior dealership. He was able to get a partial refund from the original selling dealership for that type of thing. But for your own peace of mind, it's kind of strange when a vehicle sits around for a couple of weeks and the battery goes dead, and now you automatically need two batteries, as his truck required two batteries. That's kind of strange that both of them would have bad cells at the same time. To me, it sounds like the repair shop, the dealership, had left the door ajar, dome light on, something of that nature to drain the battery, and they're just too lazy. Oh, batteries are dead. Needs new batteries. Yep. Because the inspecting technician just doesn't want to go through the process of doing things.
Right.
So
charging system check and what have you.
Yeah, so that was kind of good, knowing that it was a certified pre-owned one, and the original selling dealership, once he caught wind of it, said, give me back the batteries. I'll reimburse you for that. I apologize for that. Now, most likely that dealership is going to test those batteries, and if it comes out that those batteries are good, they were just dead because they were drained down. It would be nice if that dealership would call the other dealership and say, you need to do something about this, because that means that they're doing this to a lot of their customers too, being too lazy, or they have a piece of faulty equipment. I've seen that happen. I mean, in my shop, everybody's supposed to check tire pressures, and Friday I had to play quality control guy, so I'm out there checking tire pressures. I started noticing that on a couple of technicians, they gave me a 2-pound reading higher than what my gauge was saying. So for me, it's time to recalibrate our gauges. It's time to buy some new tire pressure gauges, so we're all on the same page and stuff. So, I mean, it's the same way with battery testers. Maybe they've got a faulty battery tester that's lying a lot.
Right. So we've got a couple callers on the line right now. We've got David. This is a throwback. Quadrajet carburetors. David, see if you can throw us a curveball, buddy.
Now, come on. 82 Chevy C20.
Yeah.
I sent the original carburetor back to some carburetor guru in Texas, whose name I won't mention. It came back. It's horrible. Is there someplace local? Do any of you guys know Quadrajets?
I
The
wish
Gas
Ken was
Whisperer
here.
knows him. He's been in business.
Who?
The Gas Whisperer.
Over at Southwest Trucking
Yeah.
RV.
We got a guy.
We got a guy for that.
You got a guy.
Yeah, he. I got him from another independent shop that the gentleman retired, and he has 30+ years experience in gas, and he
I
owns.
like him.
I don't know
He
what.
got gray. Has he got gray hair or
He
no hair?
does.
Probably doesn't
Yeah.
have any hair left.
Yeah, both of them he still has are gray. No, he has a full head of hair, and he does have gray hair. And what year did you say your C2 was?
82.
82.
I want to tell you, he's got a vehicle, the same truck. I don't know what the year is, but he has one, and he's very proud of it. So he'd be all over that.
Yeah, let me tell you, if he saw you drive in, his eyes would get really big with excitement.
Or
Okay,
from the
that's
raw
in
fuel
Southwest.
fumes.
Southwest Trucking RV in Prescott Valley.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know where they
Sorry,
are?
Louie, I just buy tires from you. I mean,
Who's this?
you were having to tell you guys how to use a choke, so I'm like,
Right. Well, I have. Sean's really, really good, but Sean's really, really old in the pain in my butt. He's only been with you 26 years.
Can't
but
hold
all
a
right,
job.
well,
the
huh?
diesel
thank you
was.
very much.
All right, buddy. Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for the business, man. Thanks for keeping it local.
all right.
Thank you, David. Thanks for the call. We have Ken and Marley on hold. We're just going to ask you to hold for the next break. 90 seconds.
Another
we'll be right
break?
back.
Aye.
Welcome back to Drivetime AZ right here in downtown Prescott. Ken, thank you for your patience. You have a question about a 2011 Mazda CD9.
Yeah, CX-9.
CX. That's what I
yes,
thought.
sir.
I thought I haven't heard of a CD9. Okay. What's up with your car, Ken?
Okay, 160,000 miles. As I discovered later on after I bought the car, in order to change the spark plugs, it has that Ford V6 transverse engine.
Oh yeah.
Little work
you
involved.
You basically have to remove the engine to change the plug
Yep. You got to pull the plenum.
against the firewall. So the question is there any value in changing out the exposed plugs that you can get to, which would be the front
No.
three?
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Don't do that?
Don't
Yeah.
do that. You get a hole in your shoe, or you're just going to replace that one shoe. It's going to feel funny. You're going to walk funny. It's going to perform funny if you got one brand new shoe and one old shoe.
Yeah, with that miles and the plugs are getting worn, you're going to have some that are really worn out. The other one's really good. You have more spark in the front. You're just going to cause yourself a lot more headaches down the road.
Can't you just loosen the mount and jack it up a little bit?
It's a pain. We do them all the time, but they're a pain in the butt, but they're not easy.
Not easy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to remove a lot of stuff to get to it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, another question, real quick there. I suspect the tranny fluid has never been changed out.
Ooh.
Any value in flushing and changing?
With 160,000 miles on it, I wouldn't touch it.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't flush it. You might run it over to Prescott Valley Transmission, let them actually take a look at the fluid. They'll give you the truth whether you should even tamper with it or not.
But
I know
definitely
they
don't
won't
flush
it.
the transmission.
They're not going to flush it, though. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, at this point, what you want to do is drop the pan down, maybe clean out the metal screen filter that's in there, and put some fresh fluid back in.
Yeah, just to
Don't
drain
do
and
the
fill.
flush, yeah.
To drain and fill, they'll put about 40% new fluid in.
Yeah.
But they might not even recommend that. And he'll check it for you. He won't even charge you to check that.
He'll check it for you.
Okay. All my ideas are going down the drain here.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, too, for other folks out there calling in, a lot of times when you buy go ahead.
The paint's starting to fade out and so forth and wear and tear. Any value in having a repaint done on a car like that?
So here's the thing. There's two different options. You go there is like a Makos where you can get the low-dollar paint jobs. You know what I mean? Or you can wrap the vehicle. You can even wrap them cheaper than paint. The average paint job is $7,500 at a paint shop. Like maybe a Mako might be $4,000, $4,500. Have it wrapped might be $2,500 to $3,000. And the wraps last. They last for 4, 5, 6 years. So wrapping is cheaper than paint right now.
Yeah,
and
that's a
you
personal
can do some cool
call,
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
Sure.
And before you hang up, Ken, I got a question.
I like your show, guys. Take care.
Thank you
Ken,
very
hold
much.
on a second. You still there?
Yes, sir.
One of the things I like to do is listen to people's accents and gauge where they come from. And I make you in somewhere eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, somewhere.
No, Pittsburgh.
Oh, well, I'm a Pittsburgh boy. I was going to go Western PA, but
Well, at least you were on the right side of the Mississippi.
there you go.
You were.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time. Thanks for the call, Ken. Thanks for being a regular listener, and tell your friends about us, okay? I guess he's gone.
He's gone.
Yep.
He's out.
We have Marley on the line. This is kind of weird for me to even read this. It says on the board, Marley, she met Louie last night.
Hang up, Angel.
Hi, Marley.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I was so drunk last night. We were hanging out, and oh my gosh, we had a blast. Where was it? Oh, we were at Jersey Lilies. We were running up and down Whiskey Road, just partying it big time. No, talk to Marley. She's an amazing woman, and she's looking for a job. She's looking for something out there, guys, and just amazing. I mean, we sat there, we were across from each other, me and my wife, and her best friend, who was a male guy, real nice guy. He's like Angel. They were both quiet.
Male, M-A-L-E?
Yeah, M-A-L-E, yeah. And me and her wouldn't shut up. Even the whole place going, what are you guys freaking talking about?
Imagine that.
Yeah, but she's awesome. Her personality is awesome. She's looking for a job out there, folks, and she needs something up front counter. You know what I mean? Or what do you do? Marley, what do you do?
Well, I've done administrative assistant or receptionist, office work, and I've also worked in the medical fields as a receptionist and billing clerk. So
See that, guys? Now check this
done a
out.
little bit of everything.
I have a very dull personality. I'm very quiet and very,
Shy.
very shy. Yeah. Marley is just like me, a breath of fresh air. If you are out there looking for somebody, you can give me a call at the shop tomorrow. Give Louie a call, okay? 928-776-0205, and I will get you in touch with Marley. Unless you want to give your number out, Marley.
Not really.
I was going to recommend you.
But
don't do
anyway,
that.
guys,
this
we need
show goes out intergalactically, Marley.
As
you
look
could
at
reach
it
a
out
lot
there,
of people.
It's right now. It's not easy to get jobs out there, guys. A lot of people are looking for jobs, especially for whatever
Really
it
hard.
might be. It's really hard right now. So I want Marley to call, and I'll meet you tonight about 7:00. Don't tell Angel. Anyway,
You know
she's
what?
just
I don't
awesome.
know how many people are going to take this seriously.
Oh, they
but
will. They have a lot of fun, and they know my. Well, we've been together. Yeah, Marley, we love you. Anyway, if you're looking for somebody really good, a great personality, somebody to run your front shop, whatever it's going to take, Marley is your gal.
Thanks.
Boy,
Louie.
you got a
It was
good
such a
endorsement,
pleasure
Marley.
last night.
You're
It was
welcome.
really great.
It was great talking to you.
That was a great endorsement.
All right.
And Marley, we're up against shutdown time here, so I'm going to say goodbye and thanks for the call. call in
All right,
again.
thank you.
Call us with a car problem.
Yeah.
All right.
She has a car problem. She needs gas in it. She needs a job.
All right. That's a good problem to have. All right. So we're down. We're under a minute, probably about 30 seconds, guys. So let's round the table one time. Say goodbye to everybody, and we'll see them next week.
Have a great weekend.
God bless y'all. Have a great time.
Have a good one. It's going to be what, Tom? What kind of weekend is it going to be?
Well, you want to have a
good
great week because
Great.
it's going to be a great week to have.
Great week.
You know, it is, too. And guess what? In Arizona, you can run over protesters that are in front of you.
Yeah,
I just had to throw that out.
That's allowed.
You can.
Can we
run
go
over.
on the sidewalk?
I'm going to. That's why I have the Jeep.
Okay.
So where's the No Kings? Where's the No Kings protest today?
I'm sure it's at the
Who
square,
knows?
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there is a
anyway.
No Kings protest
let's
though
not get
along
political.
69 somewhere.
Well, it's not
All right.
political whatsoever.
We're gonna
Well, you
have a
can't run
great
them over if they're
weekend.
in the street.
Well, this is the end of the show, folks. Go out, have a great week. It's a great week to have.